risky. Like, when you're playing Cloud, sure, you can be dominating the Bayonetta one moment, but then, like, you get off stage without a jump and suddenly your stock is forfeit. Whereas Marth, it's like, okay, I'm not going to be destroying her as hard when I'm destroying her, but she destroys me back a bit less, too.
EarlOfM taking as much time as he needs to try and get these first hits. Ooh.
Okay.
EarlOfM losing his jump there. Let's see how Tyroy takes the switch time.
Yeah, it could have been quite a bit worse for EarlOfM, but...
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, this is a very, very difficult matchup for Marth because your spacing has to be pristine 100% of the time. Ooh. I think Tyroy actually like intentionally took that shield breaker because he realized, okay, this will start a combo, and I don't really need this shield health. I can just sit back and bullet if necessary.
I would counter-argue that no one ever really wants to have their shield take a shield breaker.
Yeah, true, but when you get a Bayo combo for it, you know, that's a bargain.
A rather even game here, one minute into the first game. I was about to say, Marth with any one of his specials right now could confirm Bayo's stock. Thought I would see a Dancing Blade, but a Dolphin Slash is just as potent. Tyroy responding with the potent down tilt into back air of his own.
That's not true all the time, but there, because EarlOfM did not have the greatest DI, and it was such a point-blank down tilt, that looked like a pretty true back air. Oh, yeah, see, that's part of the reason Marth does so well in the matchup. Like, all of your options outrange all of Bayo's options.
Yeah, he was doing really well there.
But gotta watch out for that.
I want to hold my tongue before I say anything, but he's doing really well at keeping Tyroy at bay. So, like, if Tyroy's trying to come back to the stage, he gets a little extra credit while he's coming back to the stage. Tyroy tries to get in, he takes a little extra credit while Tyroy's trying to come in. Ooh. I was going to say he was fine until that last bear.
That was pretty wild too, because he was in that kind of risky spot after the up B into forward air.
And I think he just wanted to save his jump from getting caught by the second witch switch, so he didn't use it, and then he just ended up getting caught by it anyway.
He thought he was about to get frame trapped by Tyroy, like into the finisher to kill, so he countered, but Tyroy just didn't do anything. So yeah, that was cool by Tyroy.
It's also a good attempt by Earl to save his jump. Didn't work out in the end, but...
Yeah, I don't think Tyroy was expecting the counter. I think he was expecting an air dodge and then getting a kill that way. But a counter works too. It's basically the same thing. Oh.
Delay on the dancing play leading to him getting punished. Hopefully not too hard for
that's not going to kill, but that's going to put him way off stage and do a hefty chunk of damage.
Down air attempts by Earl.
Oh no.
I want to say that because he used his double jump to try and do a down air on Bayonetta and he got hit away, he wasn't able to recover for his first stock. Hopefully it doesn't discourage him too much and he can take it slowly, play the same game he was playing before.
Bat with hitting just the last hit of that Dancing Blade. Very smart, because if you bat with him the early hits, it just keeps going and hits you with the last one. Ooh. Oh.
I believe... Oh.
Yeah, sometimes that can get you if you're not expecting it, which
I believe Earl has... Because the majority of the damage he's gotten this stock has been from grabs, but it seems like the moment he stopped grabbing was the moment he...
Whoa! No way!
Some sus DI on that nair, but Tyroy taking game 2. This is a best of 5, I'm assuming? Winners semis, I think.
Might just be finals. I don't know.
No? It's semis.
This is best of 5? Okay.
Okay.
So what was super crazy about that was EarlOfM kind of whiffed something in front of Tyroy. So Tyroy had a ton of options with whiff to punish.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, he gets pretty guaranteed massive amounts of damage, but he went for the, like, not guaranteed dab kick into afterburner kick into, like, neutral air as well as an interesting way to finish that combo. Like, the expected way to finish that is up air, but I think EarlOfM did it so that he was like too low to get hit by jump up air and too high to get hit by regular up air. So that's the adaptation for that, is you kill with neutral air instead, which is also not guaranteed. That was a DI mix-up as well. That was just a super cool way to finish the game. But getting into the next one, it's pretty much more of the same kind of neutral.
Yeah, I feel like, again, before Earl lost, I believe it was game 1 to the fair string, he was doing really well playing against Tyroy in neutral by mixing up his grabs with the Dolphin Slash, but in games 2 and 3, he's almost entirely stopped grabbing. So I feel like Tyroy might be exploiting that and sort of just able to like get all these fancy things that we've been seeing him do for these past 2 games.
I do feel like Tyroy has, like, once he realized, he's getting a lot of damage from grabs, Tyroy started to play anti-grab a lot better. Like, because he's put the fear into Earl of spacing aerials because he got a couple early witch times.
Yeah, and now Tyroy's getting a lot of witch times because it seems like Earl has just stopped utilizing grab, and it looks like Tyroy is not like spacing all of his stuff well and whatnot, but like that's how Bayonettas get their witch times. They make it seem like they're not spacing anything well, and then they know you're not going to grab them. So
yeah, spooky stuff.
All right, we get stage control with the grab.
So that actually did give him a little boost, and it impacted his still moves queue, so that was an incredibly optimal balloon pop. But
hey,
that'll work.
That'll do it.
No way he could have witch time to that. Although he could have killed him in quite a few ways, but yeah, that was crazy risky, and it worked out.
It really does seem like, despite I don't want to say that Earl's throwing out too many aerials, but it seems like Tyroy is sort of forcing Marth to trade with Bayo, and we know how well that is going to go for Marth.
Unless you can get the tipper in every trade.
Hey, as we say it.
Oh no.
Yeah. That'll be doing it for a 3-0 for Tyroy.
That's rough too, because that was like such a smart witch time, because I think the only option that would have hit that witch time is forward tilt. So like, that was like one of the first forward tilts he used all game. He knew he was like spacing just outside of the range of most of Marth's moves, so he like predicted that he was gonna actually